I'm Whitney Brunson, Special Events Coordinator for Piper's Opera House.
I'm A. Perry. I'm the Executive Director of St. Mary's Art Center.
I'm Nora Stefu. I am the Executive Director of the historic Fourth Ward School Museum.
My name is Candace Wheeler. I'm the Executive Director for the Comstock Cemetery Foundation.
I'm Corey Sam Northen, owner of Nevada Stained Glass.
My name is Dawn Desiswa. I'm the caretaker and curator of the Mackay Mansion, only in BC.
It's kind of neat just to walk along the streets of Virginia City and see what it was back then. And if you know a little bit more of the history and just kind of like walking into the Fourth Ward or St. Mary's, coming in and just seeing that. I mean, just opening those huge doors.
People think it's a movie set.
Oh yeah.
They think we slap it all up in the morning and take it all down at night. I've had people tell me that.
What I do is I pick out bizarre stories. I hope in a way they leave liking history and maybe liking the town more.
The minerals here, I can actually produce my own glass. I really can with the sand, the silica, I mean, the minerals. Yeah, Nevada's pretty special.
I think because so much of the town is still preserved as it was back in the 1870s, 1880s. I mean, you walk into Piper's Opera House and you still see the balcony where people sat and watched shows.
One thing that we've learned in the graveyard after surveying people is they like the decay. They want to see the fallen down broken tree and the old wrought iron. And so to make everything look pristine doesn't really give them the sense of pastness, and Piper's whacks you in the face with that pretty much. That's no reflection on your restoration. I'm not going there. But I think you can just feel the pastness from there really quick.
I think you feel it more. There's just an energy to each building, each place, in town. There's a different energy that goes along with it.
How do you think you would have lived in that lifestyle, back in the 1800s? What would you have done?
I'd been a gunslinger.
I would be a fortune teller.
I can see that.
I would probably work with you on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have a really cool lady buried in the graveyard. She was a fortune teller, and we know that she's buried in a coffin that's lined with red satin. I mean, go figure it out. And women could never have opinions. But if you were a fortune teller, the cards made me do it. So, I think that'd be the best ever. The life of women today is pretty exceptional, but 170 years ago, the landscape was essentially pretty bad. So these women were brave.
Just to make another note, they were brave but independent women as well.
The shop owners, they were seamstress. Yep.
The Daughters of Charity are the ones who facilitated this hospital, also an orphanage and a school. They were pioneers.
Yeah.
And they've now become part of our living history.
I have applications of teachers of 22-year-olds and 25-year-olds with bachelor degrees and double majors and double minors in the 30s and earlier. And I'm like, how did they do that?
One of the obits were like little stories back then, and one of them starts out with the death of a 19-year-old, and it says, well, she died in the prime of her life and usefulness. And I always thought, okay, that's what they're facing. They had to be brave.
The tenacity you had to have to come here and work or play or do anything. You needed to be special, and I think Virginia City calls those women here.